Hi, this is Crypto Ice, and today I want to talk about finding the competitive advantage in your investments. I've spoken a few times about Warren Buffett principles. This is one of them, probably one of the most important, is what is it that separates your investment from the rest of the pack? Can you identify specific things? Well, today I want to list a few of those. And first, I'm going to go over Warren Buffett's quote. Okay, so he says, the key to investing is determining the competitive advantage of any given company, and above all, the durability of the advantage. Okay, and the second part is the most important thing for me is figuring out how big of a moat there is around the business. What I love, of course, is a big castle and a big moat with piranhas and crocodiles. Okay, so let's break this down. So, competitive advantage. Let's talk about widening of the moat moments. Just envision a castle with a huge moat around it. And what's going to separate XRP and Ripple from the rest? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is cross-border payments, because who else is in the space done anything even close to what XRP has done and the company Ripple so far? They've already tested out cross-border payments through MoneyGram, corridors from Mexico to the U.S., and it was a successful trial run is what I look at it as, kind of a way to showcase this use case in action. What other cryptocurrency in the space has done that? Nobody. And so that is a huge one. I would say another one is the amount of banks that they have on board. I lose track of how many. I think Naveen Gupta said 400 partners this year sometime. The important thing is, remember, don't think 400. Think one of those partners is Finastra, who represents 9,000 clients and 48 of the top 50 banks of the world. So we're not talking about a small amount of partners of these banks around the world that are partnered up with RippleNet Home for a reason. Okay, that's a huge competitive advantage over the competition in the space. Some other things. Okay, going back to that analogy, he says he likes a big castle with piranhas and crocodiles in this moat, to separate his investment from everyone else. Well, Brad Garlinghouse is the one that said a long time ago, he says, we're already behind the firewalls of the banks. Okay, and in addition to that, he's saying when they came out with regulations, we had the Treasury Secretary, Steve Mnuchin, come out and said, hey, basically all of you exchanges got a year to get your stuff together, right? And you have to be KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer, and AML, which is Anti-Money Laundering, compliant. Well, Brad Garlinghouse comes out and says we've been KYC AML compliant from day one, and this is true. The company Ripple, which sprung up in like 2012 around there, they went to the regulators, the U.S. government, from day one, and so. Tell me what other cryptocurrency has done that. And do you think that that's going to pay off? Brad Garlinghouse says that the revolution comes from within. And I believe Bitcoin maximalists believe that the revolution would come without, that somehow that they were going to overthrow governments and banks and implement their digital currency system. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not happening. And the revolution is coming from within. We're already seeing it happen with the OCC announcement that banks can custody crypto now. So we're witnessing this happen. You know, all the Bitcoin people that were saying XRP is a banker's coin and it's so evil. Well, Bitcoin's a banker's coin now because the banks are going to be able to hold Bitcoin. So it's time to drop the egos, right? We're all in this together. Bitcoin people, you're going to make money too. It's not going away, in my opinion. You'll make money, but just recognize that XRP has a competitive advantage when it comes to actual utility being used. You look at a lot of things. You look at speed. It takes 3 seconds to make a payment anywhere in the world using XRP. Say you're in China and you have the yuan, all right? You want to send money to someone in the US. Okay, you take the yuan, you transfer it into XRP, it goes to the US dollar to someone in the US in 3 seconds, okay? So it's a currency between currencies, really. That's the way you look at it. It's a bridge currency to get you from anywhere to anywhere in 3 seconds. With Bitcoin, you can be waiting an hour. It's slow and expensive. And I'll do it in an own video of the setbacks of Bitcoin. But in this video, I want to focus on the competitive advantage of XRP. What's some other things? What's some other widening of the moat moments? Well, in this last World Economic Forum, I've mentioned this before, Mickey B tells us it was written right into the World Economic Forum papers. The PDF document, the Policy Toolmaker Kit says XRP is a settlement option. It doesn't get any better than that. And if you look at the team of Ripple, you got people like Craig Phillips, who was previously at the Secretary of Treasury, with that department. You have people from all over of influence, right? Not to mention David Schwartz, the Chief Technology Officer, right? This guy created the XRP with Arthur Brito, and they gifted what's called the Interledger Protocol to the W3C, okay? That stands for the World Wide Web Consortium or something. So basically, they control and monitor the internet, right? So they gifted the Interledger Protocol, which is kind of like a way to transfer value. They also created the XRP Ledger. So they're coming up with all these things, and the dots are connecting, right? There's a thing called chainalysis. I know I'm throwing a lot of information right now. Chainalysis. It's kind of like going to an airport for security. This is what Brad Keim says. They kind of look at it like airport security. It's got to go through chainalysis to make sure it's AML, KYC compliant, right? Well, they've already come out and said that they are using the XRP Ledger as part of their service. So are you seeing the connecting of the dots? We have them gifting the Interledger Protocol to the W3C. They have the XRP Ledger that's being used by Chainalysis. They are part of the infrastructure of the whole space. Not to mention they're coming out with an initial public offering, maybe not the first one, but Brad Garlinghouse says there'll be a leading company going public, the company Ripple. So there's just so many factors between the team, the IPO, the use case, the massive use case of cross-border payments. That is a multi-trillion-dollar problem, right? You have SWIFT that is, built out of the 70s. It's a technological dinosaur that's just waiting to be replaced. So there's all sorts of competitive advantages, okay? and there's all sorts of piranhas and crocodiles that separates XRP from the crypto space in this cross-border payment system. And that's just the first use case. There's going to be more lending use cases for XRP and other things, micro payments, that sort of thing. So just want to finish off by saying this is one of the things that I'm most bullish on. One thing is first mover advantage is a huge deal, right? Just even if you're not sold on the long term, them being able to maintain it over 10 years yet, I have full confidence they're a mile ahead of everyone else in this area. So how are they, it's going to be very difficult for someone to overtake them anytime soon, is what I'm trying to say. And that gives me great confidence in my investment. So I hope you kind of like that analogy with the Warren Buffett and then how it applies to our investments. I understand Warren's not exactly a cryptocurrency fan, but you see behind the scenes he's buying up Bank of America, who is a partner with Ripple. It's established. So behind the scenes, he really is getting into cryptocurrencies. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.